I gotta do another video. Man, I had a whole bunch of messages in my YouTube account for such a short little time. I'm checking this a while ago, and someone sent to me Webbot hit ? And I know what he's talking about. I believe it's a he. And I didn't think of it though. I know exactly, specifically where in the report, exactly what it is, and it didn't even dawn on me. There is a short female figure coming into view in the Webbot in some kind of movement. Movement as far as like, oh, I don't know, Wall Street, that kind of thing. Revolutionary kind of thing. Waking people up. She's going to be well known. The word short, as far as her being short, short hands, short legs, short-tempered, just short everything. You remember the other day, Luke Radowski from We Are Change was talking to Roseanne Barr and was very shocked to see her there. And she, again, just spoke her mind freely. Was no fake, you know, oh, the camera's on, I better be nice or I'll lose my job. She don't care. She said what she had to say, and that was that. Well, she's been in pretty heavy duty involved all of a sudden now. Not, I shouldn't say all of a sudden, but that I'm finding out. Roseanne Barr is absolutely behind the Wall Street protests, 100%. She's out there, she's meeting people, she's talking to people, she's a voice speaking. So let me read you the report. And again, for those of you bozos, there's no, Webbot can't do that. Webbot, Webbot's not capable. It's just a piece of computer software. It scans blogs. Yeah, so there were blogs and things, people writing in advance that specifically Roseanne Barr, a short woman, you know, is going to be on the scene in a future Wall Street protest that no one even knew was coming. Right. Now can you see why I pay attention to this crazy conspiracy weird stuff like the Webbot? I've mentioned many times of many things that happened, and oh, that's a miss, didn't happen. Oh, shoot, 2 years later, nailed it. Except minus 2 years. I was expecting that last November, you know, or 2 Novembers ago. Here it is in my face. This year, I've already done several videos very recently, last 2 weeks, incredible Webbot hits. Not that they're important big things, but I mean, one of them was silver going $5 moves in silver, which will be soon followed by $20 moves in the near future. We already saw the $5 moves, and we may not be done with the $5 moves. We may have to see how the rest of this week goes. And it may not be up or down. Specifically, like I said, it could be a little bit down, 250 down part of the day, back up 250, you know, erases the loss, back up 250. That's a $5 move. We've had several already. Thursday, Friday, Monday, way late. It hit it went down 26 bucks and actually went up almost around $7, believe it or not. So, I mean, we're there. So, having said all that, and I'm saying this, I know I say it every now and then when I do a video, but there's new subscribers, new people subscribing that just haven't heard the Webbot. What have you been saying about the Webbot? So I kind of want to just quickly mention a couple things. I can't mention everything. Go back and watch some of my older videos. So anyways, he said, have you seen have you seen Roseanne Barr on the Max Kaiser show? Actually, personally, I didn't see that one. But that's pretty big news to be on the Max Kaiser show, and she's down there in Wall Street, and she's a short lady, and she's, etc. Wait till I read you the description of the Webbot, or that the Webbot put out. This thing was not even in the last report. I think this is the number 20, so it was either 2 or 3 reports ago. Anyways, check this out. And I'm reading you, he posted the part of the Webbot report, so I'm just going to read it. It's a little bit of a lengthy, but I'm going to blast through this because as soon as I'm done, I'm going to bed. Matter of fact, no. I keep telling, oh, I gotta take a shower, I gotta take a shower. And everything keeps coming up. I went out to weed whacker broke. I'm getting an electric corded weed whacker. I don't have time for silly games anymore. So yeah, this is growing a little more as the day goes on. I'm gonna have to go take a shower immediately. This is the long and the short of it. Sorry, I could not resist. And he just kind of threw that in there to be funny. Long was a keyword and short keyword because of what you're about to read. He's trying to be cute. Sorry, could not resist. We have a female personality described in the populous US of A entity within the Webbot report who will be slowly, and by that we mean slowly, gaining visibility over this summer in North America. This female personality is internally known as the conjunction of opposites, as her describing aspect/attribute sets are filled with supporting sets seeming in opposition to each other. As an example, this woman is described as short so repetitiously that so far every supporting aspect has had the word short or its opposite as an attribute. She is thus described by the data as short of stature. Additional note, this context includes stature as in public authority or status, within society. It says that, or status. And short-haired, and short-tempered, and short swing of arms, and possessing short, possibly blunt fingers, and short, and he has another bracket, powerful, possibly, legs. Further, the supporting sets include short of patience with BS, crap, and short of time as in time pressed and knows it. She knows the time is pressed, we need to do something now, we need to act now, that's why she's out there, etc. That's what that just said. And short of love/tolerance, and likely is very bigoted, but not as you may assume by the commonly consensus of that word. And short of tongue, sparing of words. We also need to note that as in this last, the short of tongue, many of her supporting aspects/attributes also include brutal as further descriptor. So we could write this as her being short of tongue, sparing of words to the point, and of brutal honesty. But as the brutal as a supporting attribute is found in such context as short and brutal of demeanor and prone/predisposed towards brutal and cutting wit and blunt to the point of brutality, and too many more to cite. These supporting aspects/attribute sets paint a rather unflattering but perhaps required understanding of the nature of the short aspect woman who will be making her presence felt over this summer of confusion within North American social order. You're probably sitting in front of the screen right now going like probably something like this. Especially when you realize a piece of software brought this to you by Cliff High, who programmed it in 1997. Where, oh where, are ye Webbot haters? The descriptors that either support this short/brutal female directly or are indirect supporting cross-links point to the other side of the coin, so to speak, in that, as previously noted, this short/brutal, soon-to-be nationally affecting female is also described by opposites. These opposites basically include short/brutal sets, but are nearly equal in total emotional sums. Well, hold on. These opposite aspect/attribute sets are fewer in number than the short/brutal sets are, but are nearly equal in total emotional sums. This is all talking about the data in the report. Hardcore data. Which makes us think that the aware observer may be able to locate her emergence just based on the use of the word contradiction and its many variants as the mainstream media shills for corporate control of the planet attempt to wrap descriptors around what they are witnessing. This short woman who will be labeled by the mainstream media corporate shills as short on looks/beauty, and with a labeled unfeminine, womanly, sharp, brutal, cutting, eviscerating tongue, is also described as long on intelligence and long on gravitas, and so long on physical presence that the details state that she will be described as leaving a long, lingering feeling, or felt she was there long after she left. Further, and by the way, when I saw Roseanne Barr speaking with Luke Radowski, and I've seen her in some of the protests, talking about how the corporate media shills are going to come out and talk about this ugly, I just said it, this ugly woman, she's not beautiful, she's, unfeminine, unwomanly, blah, 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 nasty mouth, nasty tongue. For God's sakes, is that not Roseanne Barr? Bless her heart for being out there. I love her for doing this. But notice how she didn't care to come out with her little makeup and looked beautiful as best she could for, for the TV and the people. She came out as a normal human being with a regular face, regular hair. She didn't care how she looked. She wasn't there to impress. She was there for freaking business and is about to go viral, voicing her opinion with mountains of people behind her because she was a star of several TV shows and, I think even a few movies she was in. And people who think we're at the peasant level, these rich people don't care about us, to see a person like Roseanne Barr out there doing it, not even dressed up, not even with the whole Hollywood things. That's like a past life for her now. She's focused on this, and that's all she cares about, and she didn't care how she looked or presented herself. This freaking description set of this short woman is unbelievable. Stinking, wrenching smell of Roseanne Barr, so to speak, of how close this thing is to you could not be more perfect. You couldn't have picked another person out there. I mean, just incredible. Except for maybe, what was that lady who got kicked off of The View for voicing her opinion about 9/11? She had the show, Rosie O'Donnell. She could be another one. Aside from her, I would never guess anybody. But here we have Roseanne Barr. Took me by surprise. So let me continue here. Further, her short/gutting wit itself is also described as long, wounding, and cutting deep in long wounds. The importance of the short woman is itself, at the metadata level within the Webbot report, quite unique in both the depth of the linguistic effects from her personality as well as the spread throughout the populace/US of A entity. While there are many crosslinks over to other entities, including the powers that be or powers that were, it actually says, and the global population entity and the markets entity, these are all basically topics within the Webbot, different sections. So it's saying the importance of the short woman is itself at the metadata level quite unique in both the depth of the linguistic effects from her personality as well as the spread throughout these different entity things within the data, different subjects. She has something to do with those things as well. So notice how he says the powers that were, right, the elite, the global population, we're all in the same boat together with this financial crisis, and specifically also the markets. She's there because of the markets, for sure, right? I mean, Wall Street protest, and even the outer space stuff, somehow it's tied in there. The clustering of the data sets as they accrue points to this short woman as being content to keep her focus on North America. She is about North America. How about the United States? North America. She's there in protest with us in America, about America. This is what I'm reading right now is just so incredible of a description that of all the Webbot descriptions and things I've ever read, and so that was a good hit, that was a good hit. Recently, this general coming out talking about the sun, solar stuff, it wasn't a general, it was a lieutenant colonel. I thought that was pretty damn good anyways, even though they slightly missed his ranking for the report, Webbot report. But this is just like going on and on and on. This is incredible description. So this person, this short woman, as being content and will keep her focus on North America. That's it. I'm here for America. North America. And in the theme of the opposites at the metadata level, while she is feeling time pressed, and he says what, perhaps she's older, she doesn't have much time, or we don't have a lot of time to fix the mess we're in. The data nonetheless shows a multiple generation impact from her long felt presence. Roseanne Barr may be fixing to set the bar with what she's doing. Big time. As an aside, there are detail sets within the outer space stuff entity that suggests something of a woo-woo tradition will grow up around her long after presence feeling. So it will grow up around her long after presence feeling, and that some language will come out for evidence, video, images, something of an actual extended persistence of physical presence, not normally associated with humans. Note, though, that there are no data sets in the space thing to suggest that she is anything other than a simple, regular, short human with a short temper and a brutal attitude as a result of living too long with the short-sighted a-holes currently manipulating the collective consciousness of reality, which would be the powers that be. And she's there to expose it and push it. Again, nothing in the data to suggest that she is a space alien or anything other than a simple, regular human. That's what it says. But the question will arise. Fine, I don't care. It can arise all at once. We know she's a freaking human. There are plenty of subsets for the questioning. These appear in both Populous US of A and the Outer Space Entity, but neither will be showing up until late 2011, long after she has made her first short appearance on the national consciousness. I believe we have just witnessed her first short appearance. She's out there. We understand Roseanne Barr's out there. She's talking now. She's on Russia Today. Luke Radowski. She's out there protesting and marching with the people. That's the first time we hear about her. She's coming back again. I remember this, and I haven't even read this yet. I already remember what the report said. So long after she has made her first short appearance on the national consciousness. Also, as an aside, the paparazzi trying to take her image somewhere in the Middle West, Middletown, I'm not sure, with the infrared camera, had better watch out. While her arms are short, her reach with thrown objects is both long and deadly accurate. This section also brings up an interesting personality component that will accompany her fame. Her ability with eye-hand coordination will become much admired, even to the point of forming its own area of personality cult focus. So she's going to be such, if this is her, and again, this description is already incredible, that points to Roseanne. But if by chance it's not, whoever this is going to have one hell of an arm. And it's going to go viral, online type of thing. You know, she can outpitch, you know, so-and-so pitcher, you know, who knows. But that's kind of what he's saying here. Our short woman, long on opposites, will be expressing the opposite theme in universe by being first noticed nationally for her opposition to something in a rather dramatic manner. The data suggest a big, though short, splash into national consciousness, followed by a short absence of appearance, and then a long period, mostly of rumors and short visits, that is described as percolating through the fluid social situation during the revolution against the Federal Reserve note and central banksterism, specifically says that. So, not only will the long wit expressing itself as a short female be a very important temporal marker for fiscal/financial decay, but she will also be important both as a temporal marker for, and more pointedly, a participant of the revolution against bankster colonialism here in North America. It says it is a very important temporal marker for next keyword, fiscal/financial decay. I just did several thousand, it seems like several thousand, I did several videos where, and not me only, I'm not taking full credit for this, but I did do some. October appears to be the month that the markets are in trouble. The Webbot has already referred to it as Shocktober. The market, banks, finance, etc. is in big, big trouble. The last several videos that I've done this week and even part of last week especially, or not especially, but the last 2 weeks we'll say, we got problems. As of last Thursday, not the one that just passed, the one before that, when we saw gold and silver get smashed, and then Friday gold and silver got smashed, especially silver. I was doing videos. I put out a market alert on the day before or whatever, before Bernanke spoke, saying market alert, market crash alert. Here's why I'm saying this. Posted the data, did my video. Sure enough, we had major market problems. I didn't say it was going to crash, like, you know, but I just basically, hey, crash alert, pay attention, let's check this out. That doesn't mean like zero, like the big crash, but a crash could happen, and that's exactly what happened. We saw gold and silver crash way down from where they were. Big moves. The banking stock crapped out pretty bad too, but nonetheless, why I'm telling you this is because it's saying right here, when this person comes out and you notice her, it is a temporal marker. It is a temporal marker which says now, and I'll give you the descriptions for those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about. In the Webbot, a temporal marker is nothing but if I had a little timeline here, and it was already written out, you know, it was set in stone, the events of humanity or whatever. I'm looking at a timeline, and it says, you know, I'm going to wake up today or tomorrow, and at 7:50, I'm going to get into my car, and once I get into my car halfway to work, or thereabouts, somewhere in between my house and work, I'm going to run over a squirrel in accident. It runs right out in front of me. I can't stop. I kill it. That is a temporal marker. Sometime near that event taking place, a car accident is going to happen next. Sometime in the near future after that. So, I wake up, go to work. Oh my God, I hit a squirrel. Killed the squirrel. That's the temporal marker. The squirrel getting hit is completely irrelevant. But it lets me know what part of the timeline is fixing to take place. So, I'm getting ready for a car accident. It's going to happen. It's written in stone, basically. Here's a temporal marker. When you get to that point, this, and this are coming next. That's all that means. So, this is a temporal marker for fiscal/financial decay. What does that sound like to you? The collapse of October everyone keeps talking about, all of a sudden recently, the massive put options on the stocks, S&P 500, etc. Man, that sounds like it. It's a temporal marker, and it just appears to have been hit. So, we're getting close to massive problems in markets. I would feel comfortable saying right now, Greece will not last the rest of the year. It will go under, the country. The euro is going to, of course, immediately be in trouble. There's already rumors right now, I don't know how good or bad they are, but they may hold some weight, that the Germany has already got their printing presses on standby to print the new Deutschmark or whatever. They're not going to tell everybody. They're pretending, yeah, we're going to go along with this. That way they don't freak anybody out. And then when it happens, oh, well, don't worry, we already got our printing presses on standby. We got our new money in. They may be taking the time now to implement that, put the banks, give them the cash, whatever they have to do in order to let Greece go. And as Lindsey Williams said, once the EU collapses, and he didn't be specific enough to mean the dollar EU or the European Union itself. But he said once that goes away and it starts collapsing, you have a mere matter of just a few weeks at best to get out of anything financial, which you're going to get destroyed anyways when that happens. But over here on this continent, America and whatnot, North America, you have a mere weeks to get your assets in your hands. You have paper contracts, some kind of stock, anything. You got money in the bank, you better get it and convert it rapidly to gold and silver. That's what Lindsey Williams was saying. And he has a phenomenal track record, by the way, because he knows a retired oil executive who tells him the globalist agenda with uncanny precision. Absurd statements that he's made have come true, as he said they would. Just incredible. And I'll still get some bozo who's probably going to comment after this video. Lindsey Williams is a shill, and he's been so wrong so many times. I'm not even going to comment and waste my breath on your silliness. So, and more pointedly, as far as temporal markers goes, of the revolution against banker, corporate, whatever, colonialism here in North America. That's exactly why Roseanne Barr is freaking protesting Wall Street. Oh my God, can you imagine that? This thing is that accurate. Further, sets within the detail layers point to her being both a distraction used by the media as well as a key player in the upcoming bankster implosions and the reformation of the American political system. The distraction subset reads like a Hollywood magic stick, preferred wand material for sorcerers, movie plot, whatever that means. There are areas that suggest that local concerned citizens, aka gang members of sorts, will be charged with her kidnapping, when the reality will be exposed by Short Woman on video as a case of intervention by the local citizenry to prevent the bankster stooges, aka private law enforcement, from seizing her at a public talk. So they're going to spin a public talk, and again, if this is Roseanne Barr, and if you don't think so right now, I'm going to come through the camera and punch through there and punch your mouth loose. Even if this is wrong and it's not her, can you name some other person on the face of the earth that I didn't just describe to you other than Roseanne Barr? And the fact that she's already there now and she's making TV presences. Now she's on Russia Today with Max Kaiser. For God's sakes, please don't give me any bozo comments. I've never banned anybody, I don't think, from my channel. I don't think I've ever had to ban anybody. But don't make this the first time. Don't make me do it. No, seriously, I won't. But serious, let me continue, please. Notice how I say please as if you're holding me up and I'm here talking to a camera. But I gotta let what comes out, it has to flow. So it's going to appear, the media is going to say, oh, these gang members, these groups of people tried to kidnap Roseanne. Ah. When in fact, no, you stupid corporate shill media, they were there to save her and protect her from the private security or whatever police that try to stop her from talking and get her down because she's making too much of a movement in the revolutionary scene of the banking system for good for the people. And by the way, as we all know, JP Morgan just gave the New York Police Department $4.6 million. Just, we want to give this to you. And the New York Police Commissioner, oh, we had to write a massive, just immense thank you letter. We appreciate this so much. So I wonder if you're going to find NYPD being told, get her down. We're getting more and more protesters. They're coming from all over the freaking country. They're shutting down the streets. They're shutting down Wall Street. Get her out of here. Get her out of here at any cost. And the people stand up and say, F you. She ain't going nowhere. But the corporate media shills will say, they tried to attack her and they tried to kidnap her. No. The police will have tried to kidnap her, although kidnapping is probably not the right word. Nonetheless, bear with me here. Let's continue. Seemingly, something out of a novel, the supporting subsets suggest that she will become the most interesting fugitive on the planet, so to speak. It is from the labeling by the mainstream media corporate shills that her international presence will emerge. Not directly from her actions, but rather from the short-sighted response by the powers that be / powers that were and their rather stupid minions. The short woman in the middle of the long revolution against banksters is also important as a weird space. I'm not going to use the word they use. It's so dumb. They have a outer space unknown thing that is a category in the Webbot. Okay, that's what he's talking about here. The short woman in the middle of the long revolution against banksters is also important as the weird space thing, temporal marker. So again, get ready for some very interesting outer space, sun-related, something. What's going on? We need to, something. It's a temporal marker also for that. Her appearance on the North American media stage will also mark a very brief countdown to the next increase in the what is called alien wars, which is a kind of a topic also in here, emotional sums level. This temporal marker, and by the way, the alien wars could be nothing more, as he's mentioned before, as fake propaganda by the government about these aliens, and they're here, they're out there, they may be coming, they may try to stage a false bullcrap alien thing. But anyways, it's not really in it here. I'm not even gonna get into it either. It's not even honestly that important right now. So it's also a temporal marker for a brief countdown to the next increase in the what is called alien wars emotional sums level. This temporal marker is most effective of the North American populace given the number of crosslinks. The populace / US of A entity, that's the topic in the Webbot, that area of data, has a very large number of termination points in data sets going to the idea of warfare and exposure of interplanetary intra- and interspecies skirmish, which are described as also being in the media during the same time as the short woman's presence. And again, it could be fake, complete propaganda. So before you go out, oh, there's definitely going to be aliens coming. Maybe not, and most likely not. And he's mentioned this kind of thing before, but it doesn't interpret whether it's real or false. It just knows that this is going to be here, there's going to be news about it, there's going to be talk about it, and this is what it's going to be about. Whether it's real or false, doesn't matter. The Webbot doesn't know. It just reports it. So the largest area of growth within all of the subsets of the chaos in North America aspect attribute set are within the breaking out / exposure of the hidden shadow civilization. Also, we would know as the powers behind the powers that be kind of thing. Within what is called the national security state of the USA. So could that be an exposure of, well, what is the NSA, literal national security agency? Who are these people? We don't really hear about them. We hear about the CIA, the FBI, etc. But also the CIA would definitely be up there with the NSA kind of hidden thing. They're the ones that allegedly flew the drone that killed this al-Waraki and whatever, I don't know how to pronounce his name, guy, the American-born cleric, whatever, bomb maker for Al-Qaeda. As if Al-Qaeda is going to allow any American to come over there and just, oh, I'm a convert. Trust me, I'm from America. I'm a convert. And I'll make you guys bombs to prove it. Oh, yeah, my friend. Come on, my friend. They would kill him. But no, he's used as a puppet. And again, so apparently looks like someone, maybe an actor, who's putting on a fake face and everything. This guy, Tony Greenberg or whatever, a.k.a. David Rothschild. So the CIA, did the military fly it? No. So we can't talk to any of the pilot that remote controlled it. No, it was the CIA. They now have their own drones. But all it is, it could be a complete fake story. There's no proof. As I posted a video earlier, too. It's on the news. I don't know if I posted that. Actually, I didn't post it. I forwarded it to a friend. But they're having a press conference at the White House. And he's asking him about this. This is an American citizen. And can't you see a problem with that? The guy had no answer. And he said, so are you going to provide us with proof of the killing of this guy? And they had White House said, no, I'm not. They couldn't do it. And he didn't want to comment on it. Because it never happened. It's fake. I'm telling you that. So I'm almost done. I got very little left here. The largest area of growth within all of the subsets of the Chaos in North America set are within the breaking out / exposure of hidden / shadow civilization within what is called the national security state of America. This subset is of critical importance, but as universe would have it, it will be manifesting within a level of chaos so totally absorbing that public media faces or personalities, the public media that we all know their faces, will actually be quoted as questioning the capacity of the nation to continue as a national geopolitical entity. Against a background of such levels of chaos, that systemic contacts such as mail, electricity, food deliveries are failing, the data sets suggest that nonetheless a robust level of media of all types coverage of the continuing chaos, which will include the exposure of the off-planet shadow civilization. Now that's one hell of an interesting keyword in here. But I'm not going to go there because I can't right now, and I don't know where I'd go with that one anyways. Not that everyone will be paying attention. We must also note that the summer in North America is to be, and he says from May onward through into 2012, filled with Terra intrusions as change states manifest across the planet. So it will be difficult under these emerging circumstances to keep a specific focus on off-planet strangeness when the planet itself, internally here, is changing itself from under our feet. There's going to be so much going on, and there's going to be big stuff happening, maybe in outer space and something, but we got so much to worry about right now. Food, let me read that one part about the food. This subset is of critical importance, but the largest area of growth within all subsets of the chaos in North America, that set is the breaking out or exposure of the hidden shadow group, whatever, within what is called the national security state of the USA. This subset is of critical importance, but as universe would have it, it will be manifesting with a level of chaos. So at the same time this is manifesting, there will already be chaos, so totally absorbing that public media faces and personalities that we know will actually be quoted as questioning the capacity of the nation to continue as a national geopolitical entity. And then it says, against a background of such events, or against a background of such levels of chaos that systemic contacts, and it says basically like mail, electricity, and food deliveries, are failing. That data set suggests that nonetheless a robust level of media of all types coverage of the continuing chaos, which will include the exposure of the off-planet civilization. I gotta read that again. It almost doesn't make a little bit of sense as much as I think it should. This subset is of critical importance, but as universe would have it, it will be manifesting within a level of chaos so that is so totally absorbing that public media faces and personalities will actually be quoted as questioning the capacity of the nation to continue as a geopolitical identity. And then the next sentence says, against a background of such levels of chaos that systemic contacts, like as if I tried to contact you, right? Against a background of such levels of chaos that systemic contacts such as mail, electricity, and food deliveries are failing. The data set suggests that nonetheless a robust level of media of all types of coverage of the continuing chaos, which will include the exposure of the off-planet shadow civilization. Not that everyone will be paying attention. We must also note that the summer in North America from May onward through to 2012 filled with Terra intrusions as change states manifest across the planet. So it will be difficult under these emerging circumstances to keep a specific focus on off-planet strangeness when the planet itself is changing right under our feet. I don't know what else to say. I don't think I could say something else after reading that. This should have been either not this last report, but the one before it or the one before that, and I don't remember. I think, yeah, he said data analysis 20. 21 was after that. The last one I just read you the other day, like a week ago, that's 22. So 22, 21, 20. This is three Webbot reports ago, which, if memory serves me correct, should have been somewhere around March, I think, of 2011. February, March, April, somewhere around there. I don't quite remember. So, man, I had to share that with you guys. This is incredible. And it just has got to be Roseanne Barr. So I'm labeling this video potential major Webbot hit of great importance. That's all I got for you. Take care.